Good evening and welcome to Realty Coffee Talk on Awaz Entertainment in Canada around the world. My name is Tahir I. Qureshi. I'm a fellow of Roast Issue of Canada, broker of record for City Pro Realty Inc. brokerage, and also I am a founder and president of Dixon Construction, is SCRA licensed builder B63247. Because today's topic is about critical role of a home inspection, so I thought I will be a qualified person to speak about the inspection as well. So when you are purchasing your home, you are making the biggest financial decision of your life to invest in buying a property for your family, or you are investing. And some in high stakes, especially fast-paced real estate market in Ontario, there are temptation by the buyer to forego with the condition of home inspection to make it more attractive for the seller, because depends on the value of the property. There are areas still very aggressively people are pursuing, and there are multiple offers. So that's attraction that makes more attractive if somebody will waive that condition. But a professional home inspection is not just a line item. It's a due diligence to be done on behalf of the buyer to make sure that your house is well inspected and identify structure deficiencies during the inspection, to make sure you can forecast and budget your expenses if you want to make modification or change appliances or any other problem. So we're going to identify those things in this. It's very important that this tool is utilized, and we encourage that unless you possess a technical skill or you have family member who is qualified engineer who can do the inspection and he has the credentials. But you can hire a home inspector for, depending on the size, to $400 to $700, and he does a good job for you. So what is the main reason that we do home inspection? So number one that comes to it, uncovering hidden defects. And home look perfect on the surface, and the fresh paint and staging and all that stuff. But there are serious some expenses that can occur if you don't discover them. And a certified inspector who is trained to identify issues with the property and give you a second opinion and that you might miss out during a walkthrough inspection of the house. So what are the problems? So number one is structural problem. So foundation cracks, they can be identified. Maybe you miss them because they do inspection all the time. And sagging is a sagging joints that shows some structure issues, and also roof trusses issues if there is any problem there. Remember, so only inspector knows what's going on because they see so many and they are certified inspectors. They tell you, if you have a problem with the crack, that means it's going to cost you money to fix those cracks. And mostly foundation cracks, they go through outside and they leak during the winter, during the rain. And when freeze thaw happen in early months of the new year, and then you can see the water is penetrating the basement. Especially if you finish the basement, it will damage your finished basement and create fungus, and you have to break down again to fix that. So these are the structure issues, whether it's foundation cracks or sagging joints or roof stress issues. They need to be fixed, because if they sag, the roof stresses, then your roof will collapse, or there's some problem with it. There is a moisture or whatever. Second is, the most important reason is a water damage and mold. And evidence of past or current leaks in basement, roofs, or around windows, and can lead to a unhealthy mold growth. So what happens is that with water penetration to the house, that's the worst thing can happen to any house. So water will damage the property because you have wood, you have insulation, you have a drywall, and the windows around, it leaks into the house, doors, and if there is a bad roof, water leaks because nothing stops it. And this is how the structure is. So inspector will find that out for you and identify that. The other thing is the roof issues. Is that outdated? An aging roof will collapse or damage, and shingles are damaged, and you need to replace them. If they start leaking, it will damage the infrastructure. So you better have to replace them. And how you figure this out? Because you will ask the seller, how old is your house, or to the listing agent, but they will only approximate. But the agent will figure that out and will tell you that you need to replace those shingle, and otherwise he's going to have a problem. And you need to be installed properly, and you have to consider the cost of replacement when you're negotiating an offer, because you may have to replace that. And if the repair is not done properly, you may end up replacing the entire roof now. A lot of people are now moving toward metal roofing because the metal roofing is longevity, and we also provide that service through our other company. And if anybody needs to know about roofing, you can call my office 905-569-9939, and we can help you to install the metal roofing. So this is very important. It's a major cost. You're looking about, depending on the size of the house, if you're looking at shingles, it could run into $5,000 to $10,000, or metal roof, probably comparably maybe $12,000 to $15,000, depending on the size. But that is give you lifetime protection and look beautiful as well. The fourth item that inspector will check is about the electrical hazard. And outdated wiring like knob and tube or aluminum wiring can be dangerous, and they need to be updated. Unsafe panels in the house, and or improper do it yourself electrical work poses a fire risk. Lots of people say, oh, we went to Home Depot, we pick up the book, and we know how to connect the wire, but they're not licensed. So those are do-it-yourself kind of activities. So those are hazardous point electrical, because remember, it can have a fire in the house, it can burn your house down. So pay a licensed technician to do the work. If you need help, call me and I can help send someone to do it properly for you. And this is why the inspection will identify that. And number 5th is plumbing problem, and leaking pipes, poor water pressures, and outdated material like polybutylene pipes, older one, or failing water heater. So you have a plumbing problem. If you have outdated piping, you want to make sure you update. And especially lots of people are installing bathroom in the basement, and they might have an old piping. They need to have an engineering calculation of the water pressure in your house, because putting a bathroom in the basement without a permit, you are really stressing the water pressure coming to your house. And you need to have an engineer to calculate to make sure you can build a bathroom. I know everybody tells you to build without your building permit, without calculation, but you are putting a safety on risk because something happens, and if that bathroom is not properly installed or is not building permit obtained, you could get in trouble because insurance may deny you. And this is why it's very, very important to have this checked out through your inspection to make sure everything is done. The other important, the last one, is the HVAC system. An aging furnace or air conditioner that is insufficient, inefficient, or verge of breaking down, there will be extra cost. How do you discover that? If it's working, heating is fine, but what will happen the day you close it? It's winter time and your furnace blows up. You will end up investing at least $10,000 to $15,000 to get a new furnace and central air conditioning, whatever, in summer if there's a problem. So this is why inspector will check, and based on his or her experience, they give you approximate age, how much life they have, because they will look at the model number, the date, year of manufacture, and say how long it's been in operation. Was this maintained well or not? You have to check this out. It requires that you have to do inspection during when you are doing a maintenance. When winter, before you start the furnace, you will get the technician to check it out. And in summer, when you start the air conditioner, to make sure that you have checked it out because you may need argon gas to fill up. And this is very important for you, technician, to check this out for you. And second reason is providing objective expert analysis. As a buyer, you are emotionally investing in the property. A certified home inspector provide an unbiased professional assessment of the home physical condition. Remember that the home inspector is working for the buyer independent from the realtor. Realtor only present to open the door, and you are with the inspector, you are going through everything. So there is no interference from your realtor who is trying to buy the deal, who help you to negotiate the deal. So this is totally independent, and you should make a choice of selecting an inspector that you feel comfortable. Because the idea is you don't want to go into the house and have too many trouble. Newer homes have taken warranty or they're built recently, you will not have any problem. Especially older homes have a lot of challenges. They have no vested interest. The inspector has no vested interest. He is there to inspect the property and identify all the challenges or problem with the house, and they disclose to you and then put in the report. Okay, and they don't care whether sale goes through or not. They have to give you a honest opinion about the condition of the property that you are asking him to do the inspection. And this is very, very, and their job is to report all the deficiencies and facts. And objective opinion is invaluable for making a rational decision on your behalf. Because you have a conditional offer, you're buying a property, and you have a conditional offer, and you want to make sure that there's nothing major happening to you. In this case, we have structure, you have a mold, roofing, electrical, plumbing, and HVAC. Everything is covered, and you feel comfortable. Now, so number 3 is informing your investment decision and negotiating power. And this is the third major factor because of home inspection. The inspection report arms you with the crucial information to make informed decision. And you have 3 priority paths after receiving the report. Number 1, proceed with the purchase. You are satisfied with the inspection and you can proceed with the purchase because minor issues are common, normal wear and tear. And this is very important for you to understand that. And the second thing is renegotiate the price, because you want to make sure that if you discover major issues or concern that will require a repair, it gives you advantage to negotiate that because now you have discovered the facts. This is what in our RICO guidelines about material facts in TRESA. Find the material facts This is why realtors do this due diligence, and this is part of the whole process to get the material facts about the property. And that's what you're doing in order to get the home inspection in this case. So you can go back to the seller and ask them price reduction because you have to spend some money on them. And they are related to all the repair that's needed. Roof or furnace or foundation work, cracks, and ask the seller to complete specific repairs before closing. Either you are able to negotiate with them to repair those things, or you may be able to take the compensation and do it yourself, and you get a quotation. And these are the part of renegotiating the deal. The third one important thing is the walk away from the deal. And if the inspection reveals catastrophic deal-breaking issues, for example, a severe structural problem or preventive persuasive molds, you can exercise your conditional right to terminate the agreement of purchase and sale and have your deposit returned in full. So this is the benefit of that. You can walk away from your deal if you have that situation. So you have three options: proceed with the purchase. If it's a small minor, renegotiate the price second time, or third time is that you walk away from the deal because structural issues are critical. Mold is too much, and you don't want, you feel comfortable to proceed with that. So this is important for you to think about these things and why to not raise or waive the condition. In our real estate, when you try to waive condition, we have formed, I believe is a form, URIA form 127. We need you, if you want us to remove the condition, we have to have you sign that. We asked you, but you decided not to do that. Inspection or mortgage or any other condition recommended by a realtor. So this is very, very important for you to understand how critical the inspections are or any related to conditions that you want to waive. So number 4, the critical item is planning for future maintenance and cost. See, when you are getting a report from a home inspector, he will see what are the maintenance requirements for this. And if there is no major defects in the house, home inspection is an education opportunity because you walk through it, you see everything, how to turn off, turn on the air conditioner or the furnace, check on your water. You have a special winter valve that you shut off, and also look at the temperature, humidifier, all those appliances where your electrical panels are, and where you turn off the light, shut off the gas, water line. All these things are part and parcel with education. And they also recommend that certain equipment may have a limited life left. Maybe a year or two, you might have to replace that. So they give you kind of a suggestion, a plan that you think about this renovation and maintenance. This allows you to create a realistic budget for those maintenance, so you are able to carry on with that, because and timeline to make sure that you have the budget and you repair and replace those things that needs to be done, and preventing unexpected financial shocks down the road. Because if you budget it, you have a report from there, you may have to replace your roof shingles in 2 years, 3 years, so you know you got a budget 10, 15,000, depends on what type of you want. Or furnace you have to replace, whether you buy it, you rent it, or you lease it, rent to own. Many options available for this kind of stuff. So idea again is to plan it, and why to let it go, because this is important for you to understand how important this is. Now, ensure safety, number 5. That the most important function of a home inspection is to identify health and safety hazards. This includes detecting gas leaks. If your home inspector is smart, he will check and detect that there is a gas leakage. Carbon monoxide issue from heating system, maybe because that's a dangerous safety issue. And fire hazard from faulty wiring. if you have a loose wiring or not according to the code, they may catch fire and you can burn the place. And this is why it's very important to have the ensure safety. Now, mold and air quality issues. If you have a mold behind the scenes, you have cameras, inspector, they can see behind the wall, moisture reader. I have a fly camera also. I check it out to see if there's any moisture behind the newly finished basement, because that way you want to make sure there is no issue with the foundation. And inspector will identify them and say, hey, check it out. And they have cameras. It cost you maybe extra $100. Pay for it. Check that out. And random gas potential. The through specific random testing is a separate service. So there is many other issues you can check, identify, and follow them. And most importantly, structure dangers. Protecting your family's safety is paramount. And an inspection is a key to ensuring your new home is a safe environment. So if there is a structure problem, a lot of time I have noticed lots of people don't want to go to the city to get the building permit. They ask you to do architectural changes, structural changes without going to building permit. You can't do that because there's a weight-bearing walls. You can't remove them. You remove them, you have a certain mechanism. You do engineering drawings are needed, and then need to have a building permit because city has your plan, original plan. They keep it for 7 years. But if you are making a structure changes, you are risking the entire structure of the house. Don't do that. If you want to change, hire us. Any architect and a structural engineer has to certify that how the column and beam needs to be rearranged to make sure you move all. Because this happens in older home, people want to move the walls so there is a more openness because they like the area, they want to improve that. Yes, you can do that. Remember that when you do structure changes, the support of the column has to come from the foundation to lift it up and support that. And so it depends where it is. So there is a structural engineer have to analyze the balancing and the load of the building. So Ontario contests bully offers and waiving condition. This is one thing that coming up to my mind is that when we are in a situation there is a bully offer or we are having a bidding war going on and you decide to waive the condition, and because of that this is a bidding war going on, and buyer feel pressure to submit an offer without any conditions. And this happens, including a home inspection, to make their bid more attractive. But that said, you're taking a risk, and this is known as a bully offer or a clean offer. You give an unconditional offer to the seller. So this is very important, but there's a warning. While this may be win you the house, but it means you are buying as is. With absolutely no recourse if you discover a major expensive problem after closing. And that's the danger. So this is why it's very, very important to do the inspection. And I always tell people, don't get emotional about the bidding war. Do your homework. Do CMA, cost analysis, and calculate. Spend some time to help your client to understand this is the value. The biggest problem that we have, sorry, when you buy the property in a bidding war, you may increase the offer to acquire the property, but when you do, the bank will go for appraisal, they won't give you the money, but maybe appraisal will come lower than what you were thinking or what your realtor was telling you. Then you have to fill the gap in between the APS and your price and difference because of appraisal. And this is where the warning is. And the court have consistently ruled that the principle of caveat emptor, buyer be aware, applies in real estate transaction. Once the deal closes, the home is yours, and along with all its hidden problems. And this is where is very, very important for you when you're working with a very experienced real estate professional and who has a credential, who understand construction, and that would be very handy for you. And your inspector is an inspector. You can hire an inspector to make sure everything is okay, particularly if the house are not under 10-year warranty and they are new but older one. But those things can be spotted, especially when your basement is finished. And remember that we'll talk about the issue of the legal basement. That's not inspector's job. That's your realtor's job to find out. Go to city, call the city, go to visit site, find out if there was a building permit. In Mississauga, we have that. We can check it out if there was a permit there. Or you can disclose that. And I tell realtors to disclose use form 299, latent defects, that disclosing that it was done with permit or without permit. And this is very important for the buyer, and feel comfortable that you know what you're doing. And those legal basement, I have experience learning from people that sometimes you purchase something that is not done properly without permit, and you get in trouble because somebody complains about it. And this happened to one of our clients in Hamilton, that we end up tearing down the whole thing, and we built it basement for them. They were not our real estate client. They were only came to us for building permits because city go after them. And this is very, very important for your safety and security and peace of mind, and to make sure your house is protected, your value of your house is protected, that you have insurance. Otherwise, you won't get any claim. We're going to take a short break, and we'll come back and continue our discussion on critical role of home inspection.
अगर आपको दुबई या मिडिल ईस्ट नुमा जेवरात की तलाश है, तो आपको दूर जाने की बिल्कुल जरूरत नहीं। आज ही हमारे मिसिसागा रिचवे स्टोर तशरीफ लाइए, अल करम ज्वेलर्स। हमारे पास सोने के बेहतरीन कंगन, कड़े, झुमके, हार और सोने के सेट्स भी दस्तयाब हैं। शादी हो या मेहंदी या कोई भी फंक्शन, आपकी पसंद के तमाम जेवरात आपको हमारे स्टोर में मौजूद मिलेंगे। आज ही हमारे स्टोर पर तशरीफ लाइए, अल करम ज्वेलर्स, 3465 प्लैटिनम ड्राइव, यूनिट 99, मिसिसागा, या फिर कॉल करें 905-828-0009। अल करम ज्वेलर्स, फरमाइश आपकी, गारंटी हमारी।
डिक्सी इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स और अप्लायंसेस, जहां आपकी तमाम इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स और अप्लायंसेस की जरूरियात पूरी होंगी। हमारे पास आपको हर टॉप ब्रांड मौजूद मिलेगा, चाहे वो वर्लपूल हो या एलजी, सैमसंग हो या जनरल इलेक्ट्रिक्स। हम इन सब के ऑथराइज्ड डीलर हैं। आइए और हमसे 5 स्टार खिदमत का लुत्फ उठाइए। हम आपको तमाम अप्लायंसेस सबसे बेहतर और सस्ते दामों पर फराहम करेंगे, ये हमारी गारंटी है। विजिट आवर वेबसाइट www.dixieelectronics.ca या फिर हमें कॉल कीजिए 905-625-5900. At Dixie Electronics and Appliances, we sell quality and deliver confidence.
HK Movers, home, offices, apartments and delivery, big or small, we move it all.
HK Movers.
Local and long distance,
We also ship cars.
Tailor transport and moving services.
For service with a smile, give us a call.
Call Mr. Harminder 416-524-6704.
416-524-6704 पे.
Visit 140 Advance Boulevard, Unit number 10, Brampton.
Long distance moving specialist.
HK Movers. HK Movers.
Looking to buy, build, or renovate your dream home? At City Pro Realty, we don't just sell properties, we deliver complete solutions. From finding the perfect property to securing the right financing, we handle it all. Need funds to buy or build? We've got you covered. Canada Express Mortgage Incorporated Brokerage LIC number 13241. And if you're dreaming of a custom home or a top-to-bottom renovation, our trusted builders make it happen, seamlessly. 3 services. 1 trusted team. We deliver value through service. Think about us, then call us. Your dream home starts here with us. From keys to construction, we make it simple. Think about us today. Call us 905-785-9923. Thank you. Looking to buy, build, or renovate your dream home? At City Pro Realty, we don't just sell properties, we deliver complete solutions. From finding the perfect property to securing the right financing, we handle it all. Need funds to buy or build? We've got you covered. Canada Express Mortgage Incorporated Brokerage LIC number 13241. And if you're dreaming of a custom home or a top-to-bottom renovation,
Good evening and welcome to Realty Coffee Talk on Awaz and Tema in Canada around the world. My name is Tahir I. Qureshi. I'm a fellow of Rules Institute of Canada and broker of record for City Pro Realty Brokerage. Since we're talking about the home inspection and technicality things, I am also founder and president of Tixon Construction Inc. That is a housing construction regulatory authority licensed builder and vendor, license number B63247 in the province of Ontario. So let's talk about how to protect yourself in Ontario. Because you're buying a property in Ontario or any other province, if our viewers are watching around the world in Ontario, across Canada, so they can watch that, they can look at to their own regulatory requirement, obligation of realtors to identify the inspection requirement. So always try to include inspection clause in your offer. Why? What is the benefit? Number one, it gives you the right to inspect the property and seek full cooperation from the seller. Your agent has to be present, but not to interfere with the independent opinion of the home inspector, because you are paying the price for the inspection, not the realtor. Number one. Number two, when you enter into a clause, we have a standard offer. This offer is conditioned upon obtaining a satisfactory report. And if work is not done according to what you're not satisfied with the report, you may terminate this agreement and walk out and get your deposit back. So there is this particular one, this gives you a clear exit strategy if you're not satisfied with inspection. Your furnace needs to be replaced, roof needs to be replaced, plumbing has a problem, leakage, water leakage, damage, painting, whatever that you want, so that you can accumulate it. You are bidding a war, and you know that if you add more money, you're going to lose it, but you may not have anyone to help you. Some people have their own technical people or skill set. They might do a lot of work themselves, whereas you have to hire somebody. So you have to look at that. It gives you a clear right to walk away if you're not satisfied with inspection. Consider a pre-offer inspection. Now, prudent buyer, if they like the property, they want to be fair, feel that this house has no major issues, and they want to go and get that property, they do inspection. Obviously, that money is not refundable, and there is no guarantee that you will get that. In some cases, the seller has provided pre-delivery inspection or pre-inspection of the house, and they're pretty good. They're not very detailed, but it covers the major issues that bothers you: structural issues, safety issues, electrical, plumbing, major things are covered, and you can ask them, give them more money, and they can give you full report, and you can do that. But doing this, you're doing a due diligence to make sure the property that you are helping to buy or you are buying will not have any major issues, structural issues, leakage issues, plumbing issues, electrical issues, wiring issues, or air quality, and then you also have a window, no leakage, and they can check that out. And this is why it's important. Third option is that hire a qualified professional. Don't go for somebody cheap. You are buying a very high value property. Depending on this, now condos are 600-700, semis, and even though the price has come down, still you talk about $1 million. A detached home goes, depending on the location and age of the house, from 700,000-800,000 to millions of dollars. So is it worth it? Yes, it is. Because the cost of inspection may be $500-700 depending on the size of your property. But if it's done, appliances are checked to make sure all appliances are working, everything is okay. You know what happens if you go there and the washer is not working or dryer is not working, and you can end up going to Home Depot to buy one again. But this inspection will check that out. Therefore, you hire a qualified member. He's a member of Canadian Association of Home and Property Inspections, or you can hire International Association of Certified Home Inspector. Ask about their experience, example reports, and what their inspection covers. When you are hiring a real estate professional, first of all, you go to RICO, you check they have a license. You go to RICO to check they are employed by a licensed brokerage. So because your trust that they is collected is protected under the Trust and Real Estate Services Act. This is very important. Similarly, you ask the expertise. We have a license. You can verify our license is there. Yes, I'm a license. My license is good until March 29, 27. And we can practice without license. That's the requirement. We do mandatory training every 2 years before they renew our licenses. So this is important. So when you ask their experience, knowledge of dealing with certain properties, some people have experience with a city property, some will go with the rural. Because you have a septic tanks, there's a specialization. There is a water well, specialization. You need to check that. Irrigation system. And when you have these things, you have to make sure you hire the appropriate person who understands the septic tank or water well, because water well has a quality issue. It will have a quantity issue. How many gallons per minute it produces? Because water can run out and it refills again in the morning. So you have to, depending on your use. Similarly, all those things that we identify in home inspection, they are very critical for you to follow. So this is, in conclusion, I'm going to short this up. A home inspection is a small cost, typically $500-700 compared to the price of a home that you're going to buy in Ontario, and the potential cost of unforeseen repairs. Because if let's assume you love the property, you buy the property, and you kind of budgeted that this is what I want to change: hardwood, I want to change counter, I may want to change appliances in the bathroom, in the kitchen, and also in the laundry room. You budgeted, but unforeseen something happened structurally, or any other issue came in, then you are in trouble. And that's why you need it important. It's essential steps that provides knowledge. It gives you knowledge about the condition of the property. And it leverage to you negotiate with the seller if there are some problem that you see, how much it's going to cost you to repair that, and you're not willing to do that. And also security, because you feel confidence that you have done your due diligence and you feel comfortable. Now, in a province where buyer be aware, this is a buyer be aware is law of the land. And the home inspection is the buyer's best tool to be aware intelligently and invest with confidence. So it gives you a confidence and intelligently, because you have gone through the process, you have checked everything out, and you feel confidence this is the right property for you, for your family, whether it's for family use or for investment property. Because if you want to do an investment to buy it and rent it out, and you do a legal basement, we can help you. And this is why it's very, very important to do this. And having a knowledge of building code, safety code, all the fire marshal requirements, and also understanding construction, and also knowing you're hiring a competent home inspector who is licensed with these two association, that you have a confidence, you are able to make a good decision, and you have a success story, and you are happy when you move in and you close. And obviously there are other topics that we will talk and we continue. Realty Coffee Talk, we are broadcasting this program for more than 5 years on Awaz Entertainment. Our goal is to increase awareness, building consumer confidence, and promote good ethic and professional business practices. And so if you have any question, you feel free to call me directly, 416-451-3489. If you have any specific question regarding this program, you can go to my YouTube channel, YouTube at Realty Coffee Talk, and also realtycoffeetalk.com, or you can go to Awaz channel on Awaz Facebook, YouTube channel, and you can watch this program again. And we have now more than 505 episodes on real estate, mortgage financing, and home building in Ontario. And if you have any question regarding this program, we appreciate your feedback. Please call, go to visit our website, and give us a feedback, and so we can improve our program. Thank you for watching this program, and we'll see you next Thursday at 7 p.m. May God bless you all. May God bless Canada. Bye for now.